to the charts, Big Boss Crypto, bringing you another market update this Friday. We've had a crazy week, as you can see. We started with forming a double top and a crazy move down. But what happened afterwards? Well, let's summarize this week and see what we can expect this coming week and this weekend. Okay, so now I moved over to the 1 hour time frame so that we can get a clear picture of what happened this week. Well, I started the week by updating you what we might be forming, and that was a double top. As you know, I'm gonna repeat it again. The market maker follows the same structure every time. And that is forming a double bottom, first leg up, first retrace, second leg up, second retrace, and then third leg up, and that's where we form a double top. And the reverse price action happens. 3 legs down, and then we form the double bottom again. Okay, since that's clear and we've talked about this, let's see what happened then. Well, we formed the double top, and the last market update I gave you that we might be forming a local first bottom, let's say. We had the first leg down, and in my opinion we were forming the first retrace, which actually happened. And as you know, what follows next is the second leg down, which is what we're currently experiencing here. And I expect that we would drop even lower to 19.3. That's where we have a lot of support, in my opinion, because as we discussed, we have a huge volume candle here that hasn't been recovered, and it started at, as you can see here, the volume spike started at this candle, the small one, at 19.353 approximately. And that's where we find the local support here. So I expect that we might going to form some kind of consolidation here, or even a retrace up to maybe 20k, and then we're gonna hit new lows, and that's where we will form a local double bottom and the price will move away from here. But okay, let's look at what potentially might happen. Where will the market maker move the price? Well, we discussed last time, that, let's move this away, sorry guys, that we have a volume candle here, a vector candle that hasn't been recovered yet. As you can see, it's a green candle, which indicates that there's imbalance of buy orders here, and they move the price with high volume, which indicates that the market maker will fill these orders at some point. Our task is to guess when they will do it, and that's where we have our structure to help us, to let us know where the market maker might move price. It's not a 100% confirmation, it's just probability. They move like this all the time on every time frame. But okay, we have figured out how the structure looks, and we can see that there is huge support here, since we have a lot of wicks on the 1 hour time frame, and that indicates there's a lot of orders here, and that means from basic TA that we will repel from here to the upside. How far? That's the next question. Well, let's take a look at the liquidation map. Yeah, this is the liquidation map then. As you can see, a lot of shorts have been coming in the last week, and we have a huge influx of shorts, in my opinion. This wasn't here last time we spoke, and the market maker usually tends to grab this liquidity in order to move the price where he wants it. And in the near term, we can say that we have a lot of liquidation points starting from 19.8k to, I would say, well, let's look, yeah, to 20.5k. That's where the next retrace zone might happen, from 19.8 to 20.5. So for all the scalpers, that's an interesting zone to might place a long or take some profits. I'm not doing that, at least. And as we can see further down at 18k, we have huge liquidation points for all the longs. And what might happen, and we've discussed it in almost all of our videos, both me and my brother, that the price will set new lows in the near term, because it's also a confluence with a lot of liquidation points to the downside, where the market maker will hit and take the money from the people that been placing longs. But that's in the longer term perspective. In the near term, we can see that there's a lot more liquidations to the upside than to the downside. How does that coincide with our structure then? Well, as it looks for me, we said 20.5 is where the zone of liquidations are, from 20k, or I said 19.8k, up until, let's mark it off in the chart, 19.8 to 20.5 is an interesting zone for the second retrace here. It's a risky one. I'm not recommending anything. All of this is just for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. You do whatever you want to do, basically. But I'm looking for the last leg down, at least. I don't think we bottom locally here. I think the weekend will show us some consolidation. In my opinion, we might hit this zone once or twice until we move further down and make new lows. And a potential target is at 18.800k is a potential target for the local bottom, and I will be placing longs below 19k at least, starting to placing them and see what happens. I will start with the first one at 19k, placing my first long, and let's see what happens. We will see next week. We have a lot of news. The FOMC will speak, so I will be careful placing longs. We might form another leg down that will cascade into 17k and grabbing that liquidity that we talked about at 17k, 18k. But that's a scenario for next week. For this weekend, I don't think the price will do that much. We'll most likely consolidate and hit this zone. So for all the scalpers out there, this is a zone that you might want to take some profits. Okay, so to summarize this video, the first market maker move is completed. We can all agree on that. That was the big leg down that we saw at the start of the week. And the question you have to ask yourself, are we in our second retrace? Have we completed it? Or are we in our last leg down already? That's the question you have to ask yourself. You might want to look at the lower time frames. I'm not going to give you the answer on this. This is for educational purposes. I want you to learn something. So draw your conclusions yourself. Look at the lower time frames. That's a hint. The liquidation map, we saw that, is showing more shorts are coming in. That's why we have a lot of liquidation at 19.8 to 20.5k. So for all the scalpers out there, that's a potential profit target area. But it's up to you, as I said earlier. And last but not least, last time I said the end zone was at 19.4k. Is that the local bottom, or is 18.7k the new target? That's up to you You saw the structure, you know the structure, draw it off every day and draw it off on a piece of paper if you want to when you're bored, because that will give you the answer on what the market maker might potentially do. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Giving you another market update on Monday. Another video will be coming out this weekend where I will explain to you what kind of indicators I use when trading. Stay tuned for that. Thank you. Bye.